Everybody should be ready now, correct? Fantastic.
Who's left you?
Yes, good luck to both sides. Best of luck. 8 minutes are on the clock, and the time starts now. Toss up. Pyongyang is one of the two capital cities on the same Asian peninsula. Name the other. Yes.
Seoul.
That's correct. Here's your bonus. What is the simple subject of this sentence? There are her prize dahlias.
There.
No, dahlias. Toss up for everybody. What former U.S. president's business is most closely related to the work of George Washington Carver? Yes.
Jimmy Carter.
That's right. Your bonus. What that is found on all mammals is modified into quills or porcupines. Excuse me, modified into quills on porcupines.
Hair.
Hair is correct. I'm going to toss up for everybody. These were ancient city-states of what civilization? Sidon, Tyre, Byblos, Beirut, Carthage. Yes.
Rome.
That's not right. Other team? Yes. It was Phoenicia. Phoenicia. Toss up for everybody. What president wrote this to his family? This will be a historical day. This morning, I must make a broadcast announcing the German surrender. Mr. Churchill began calling me at daylight to ask if we shouldn't.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
That's not right. Now finish for you. Mr. Churchill began calling. Yes. Truman is the correct answer. Your bonus. What is the subordinate clause in this statement? He gathered up the garbage that the skunks had dispersed.
Garbage.
No, it's that the skunks had dispersed. Toss up for everybody. This is a math question. From 42 degrees, 12 minutes, 30 seconds, subtract 12 degrees, 30 minutes, 50 seconds. I need the answer in that form, obviously. How about answer math questions? Yes.
29 degrees, 41 minutes, 40 seconds.
Absolutely right. Your bonus. What U.S. leader said things like this? He that by the plow would thrive himself must either hold or drive.
Thomas Jefferson.
No, it was Ben Franklin. Toss up for everybody. These are lines from a song about what railroad? It wasn't made of wood. It wasn't made of...
The Underground Railroad.
That's the right answer. Your bonus. From its title, you can surmise that this book is about what 20th century war? No hero for the Kaiser.
Would be World War I?
That would be World War I. Toss up for everybody. Math question. Lewis took 5 hours to go from his house to New Orleans. Coming back, it only took 3 hours since his rate was 20 miles per hour faster. What was his average rate going to New Orleans? Time was called 30 miles per hour. Toss up for everybody. What is the relative humidity of air that contains 1/4 of the maximum moisture it can hold? Yes.
25%.
That's correct. Your bonus. George Carlin has said, what part of a picture is worth 250 words?
The caption?
No, a quarter. Toss up for everybody. How many fractions are between 1/6 and 1/8? Yes.
Infinite.
That's the right answer. Your bonus. What is the value of b in this equation? 10 minus 2b minus 3b equals 20. And I need your answer.
Negative 2.
Correct. Toss up for everybody. What is the first noun in the preamble of the U.S. Constitution? Yes.
We.
No. Other team? Yes. People. People is correct. Your bonus. These are among the 51 charter members of what organization established in 1945? Egypt, Norway, Uruguay, Ethiopia, France, Greece, India, Iraq, Mexico, Syria.
United Nations.
Correct answer. Toss up for everybody. Name the last 20th century U.S. president who was an army general prior to his election. Yes.
Eisenhower.
That's correct. Bonus. Oxygen travels in your bloodstream by hitching a ride with what protein in red blood cells?
Yes.
Hemoglobin.
That's correct. Toss up for everybody. What unofficial national anthem of a Pacific Rim country tells the story of a traveling worker who makes some tea at his camp, steals a sheep for food, gets arrested by troopers, Drowns himself in a watering hole.
Australia.
That's not right, and I'll finish. Drowns himself in a watering hole and then becomes a specter haunting the site. Yes.
Japan.
That's Waltzing Matilda. We're looking for the song. Toss up for everybody. Leap years are all evenly divisible by what number? Yes.
4.
4 is right. Bonus. What adjective indicates the theory of the universe set forth by Copernicus?
Solar-centric.
Heliocentric. Toss up for everybody. Concrete nouns represent specific objects or entities. What type of nouns represent general ideas or concepts? Time. Those are abstract nouns. New toss up. In 1837, membership on the U.S. Supreme Court was increased from 7 justices to what? Yep.
9.
9 is right. Bonus. What was the first European religion introduced into the New World?
Christianity.
Catholicism. Very close. Toss up for everybody. What that can be made from the reaction of an alkali with animal fat makes water wetter?
Soap.
That's right. Nice job. Your bonus. What person is used in these words? This was the part of the day I liked best.
First person. First person.
That's correct. Toss up for everybody. What kind of snakes have indentations on either side of their faces, each of which contains thousands of heat-sensitive cells, enabling them to detect small animals several yards away, even in complete darkness? Yes. That's not right. Other team?
Vipers.
More information.
King vipers.
Pit vipers is the correct answer. Toss up for everybody. What nation on the African continent lies closest to the island of Madagascar? Time. It's Mozambique. New toss up for all players. What does the prefix mean in dialogue, diagonal, and diameter? Yes.
Across.
Yes, or through, I can accept. Your bonus. The same line of latitude forms all or much of the northern borders of California and what 2 adjacent states? And major answer.
Utah.
Nevada and Utah is the correct answer. Toss up for everybody. What is another name for a diary? Yes.
Journal.
That's right. Bonus. The French, the Belgians, the Germans, the Spanish, the Italians, and the British all had colonies at one time or another on what continent?
North America.
Africa. New toss-up. Name the small percussion instruments used by dancers to provide their own rhythmic accompaniment in the bolero or fandango. Yes.
Castanets.
That's the right answer. Your bonus. 6 German principalities provided 30,000 soldiers to Britain to fight against the American rebels during the War for Independence. More than half those troops for hire came from Hesse Castle. What became the general term for all German mercenaries in the war?
Hessians.
Good job. Toss up for everybody. What kind of bearings are placed in a circular track between an axle and a...
Ball bearing.
That's right, your bonus. Spell a word that means a small, long-eared quadruped that is a homonym for another word, indicating the pigmented filaments that grow from a mammal's epidermis. Obviously that's time, but you get a couple of seconds for bonus.
Hair. Right? H-A-R-E.
Very good job. And that gives you your 200th point of the match. Davison has 50, but anything can happen. We will now offer the opportunity to switch out alternates for the lightning rounds. So you guys are 50 right now. You are down, obviously, but you have the advantage of going first in the lightning round. Here are the 3 categories I will offer you. Words that begin with A-N, words that begin with A-U, or early European explorers. One of these things is not like the other. A-N. All right, and you have the captain correct?
Yes.
70 seconds on the clock. Identify each of the following beginning with words, or beginning with the letters A-N, based on the given part of speech and definition. Anything you don't get to, miss, or pass on, go to them for a 30-second period. Answers come from the captain. Make sure you talk to me loudly and clearly so I know you're giving me an answer. Everybody good? Yeah. All right, 70 seconds on the clock. Best of luck. Your time starts now. Microorganism that is capable of living and growing in an environment where there is no free oxygen. Noun.
Pass.
Noun. An automation that looks human found in science fiction.
I defer to her.
Amaton.
No. Noun. The science of the structure of animals and plants.
Anatomy.
Correct. Noun. In mathematics, the union of 2 rays.
Angle.
Yes. Noun. The name of the slave spared in the arena by a lion that recognized him as the one who pulled a thorn from its paw.
Pass.
Noun. A short, entertaining story often used to open a speech.
Pass. Pass.
A verb, the breaking up of a whole into its parts.
Pass.
Noun, synonym for a word proportion.
Pass.
Noun, any person from whom one is descended genetically.
Ancestor.
Correct. Noun, a year-by-year written account of events.
Annal.
That's exactly right. An annal or an annual. Good job. With 1.5 seconds left on the clock, in fact. You guys picked up 4. And you will have 30 seconds to get the leftovers. Bless you. Goodness gracious. You can interrupt me to pass or give an answer, but make sure you do it loudly and clearly so I don't have to waste time hearing what you say. All right? 30 seconds for you on the clock. Your time starts now. Noun, an active organism that is capable of living and growing in an environment where there's no free oxygen.
Anaerobic.
I'll accept. Noun, an automation that looks human found in science fiction.
Android.
Yes. Noun, the name of the slave spared in the arena by a lion that recognized him as the one who pulled a thorn from its paw.
Pass.
Noun, a short entertaining story often used to open a speech.
Anecdote.
Yes. Verb, the breaking up of a whole into its parts.
Pass.
Noun, synonym for a word proportion.
Analogy.
Yes. And that was all you guys needed to get anyway, so good job. You picked up 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Obviously, the noun was anaerobe, but you gave me the form of the living, that's fine. We needed, let's see, the name of the slave was Androcles, and the breaking up of a whole into its part is analysis. Very obscure definitions for well-known words. Sometimes they do that. So, your guys' turn at the bat now. Would you like AU or European explorers?
AU.
AU. I can understand the apprehension after how well AN went, but we'll see what happens with AU. As you might have guessed, identify each of the following words that begin with the letters AU based on the given part of speech and definition. All right? 70 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Noun, public sale at which each item is sold to the highest bidder.
Auction.
Yes. Noun, German automobile expressway.
Autobahn.
Right. Noun, group assembled to hear and see a play.
Audience.
Right. Noun, tool for boring holes in wood.
Auger.
Right. Adjective, synonym for genuine.
Authentic.
Right. Noun, one of a number of related diving birds now gone extinct.
Auk.
Right. Noun, examination of dissection of a corpse.
Autopsy.
Right. Adjective, having a stern manner or showing strict self-discipline.
Austere.
Right. Noun, the story of one's life written by that person.
Autobiography.
And for the bonus, noun, a hearing to test the ability of an actor or musician.
Audition.
That's correct. Nice job. So you guys picked up 10 points on that. You ran through, which means you got a 10-point bonus. 110 points on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I generally don't try to talk about the subjects, but I feel like one of those is a little bit easier than the other. But you guys pulled it out. You guys are the ones that picked the right one. 10 out of 10. Nice job. And now we'll take an opportunity for substitutions. What's it going to be like?